Welcome again to BRMC Healthy Connections. We've got Eric and Lindsey Hardin today with us, and I'd like to hear about your new business, and I'd also like to hear about how you came to this area.
Yeah, the name of our business is Ozark Integrative Wellness Center. We're located in Mountain Home on the square, just 2 doors down from Gregory Jewelry, facing Highway 62. And at Ozark Integrative Wellness Center, we do acupuncture, Chinese herbology, and nutritional counseling.
Okay. Could you tell me a little about the acupuncture? I don't think I know too much about that.
Yeah, well, acupuncture is an ancient healing art form. It's been in continuous use for at least 4,000 years, and it's regaining popularity right now because it's cost effective and it's useful for treating a lot of conditions that Western medicine may struggle with, and there's no side effects.
Do you want to tell them about a little bit about some of the things that we treat that there aren't really anything besides taking a pill for that we have good success with?
Yeah, well, I treat some conditions that Western medicine struggles with, is like fibromyalgia and peripheral neuropathy and things like that that are really difficult to treat. Acupuncture has good success with.
So with the neuropathy, do you help restore feeling to the feet and hands?
I can, yeah.
How did you get into this line of work?
Yeah, well, it was really sort of a natural progression for me. My father is a dermatologist, and so I was exposed to a lot of Western science and those kind of concepts when I was a child. And my mother has studied martial arts in one form or another for over almost 4 decades. And so as a child, I was exposed to a lot of Eastern philosophy. And so Chinese medicine gives me a unique opportunity to sort of walk in both of their footsteps at the same time. And I always knew that I wanted a career that I was able to help people. And I think that Chinese medicine is a wonderful way for me to do that.
Yeah, so we are both from here. We're native to Mountain Home. Both of our families are from here and established here. And we were married in 2005, and we moved to Austin, Texas, for Eric to go to school. And I didn't really quite know what I wanted to do yet. So I found a school down there called the Natural Epicurean Academy of Culinary Arts. And it was an amazing school, all about eating healthy foods, eating whole foods, and eating to restore your body. I went to school with people who were recovering from cancer, who were recovering from things that they were told could be cancer that they didn't really know. They changed their diet, and it totally changed their life. As you know, food as your medicine.
Oh, yes.
And so I learned how to prepare all of those things. And all of those things at that time, moving from Mountain Home to Austin, Texas, I didn't know what quinoa was. I didn't know what teff was. I had never used kale before. A lot of the vegetables I had never used before. So being able to use all those things and how to make that food tasty was really, really exciting. And I was very thin. I mean, I was young, but I was very, very tiny. I weighed about 108 pounds. And I didn't really know that I liked to cook until we got married, and I had to cook, and Eric would say, I don't know, what about chicken pot pie? And I'd say, okay. But one thing I did is when I started cooking, I did start making everything from scratch. So that kind of saved me. I didn't have any bad habits from convenience or packaged foods. So I started making things from scratch, which ended up being healthy, even if it was rich. And then I found this school, and they taught me how to make things from scratch but with whole foods. And so I kind of blossomed with my talent for cooking with that. And it just became really, really exciting to know that I could show people how to cook something, introduce them to new ingredients that were going to nourish them. Because that's what happened to me. Is I went to school and I learned about how to eat healthy, and for the first time in my life, I felt fed. I had eaten food before, obviously, but for the first time, eating that whole food and that very nutritious food, I felt nourished. I felt fed, and I just became so excited, like, oh, I want to share this with people. I want people to know that you can cook healthy food, and it doesn't have to just be brown rice and steamed broccoli. There's a whole world of things that you can do out there that is delicious and you can fill up on, and you don't have to worry about, oh, I can only eat this tiny little amount. You can have a whole plate of really delicious food, and that it's good for you and you can actually enjoy. So combined with that, with Eric learning about acupuncture and the herbs down there, and me learning about how to use food as medicine, how to eat whole foods and to be healthy from eating and with your diet, we kind of came together and always knew that we were going to eventually one day open up a clinic. We moved to Colorado after we graduated. We moved around a little bit, but we also have a daughter. And being far away from the grandparents is difficult when you have a little one. And so when we told them that we were going to come back and open up a clinic here, they were super excited too. So we've had a lot of good family support, and a lot of times patients will see our little girl hanging out up at the clinic too, which everyone enjoys because she's so sweet.
Yeah, it's nice to come back to our hometown and be able to bring back this knowledge that we've gained and share it with our community. And we feel that both of our disciplines, with acupuncture and oriental medicine and Lindsey's nutritional counseling and cooking classes, they work really well together to help people prevent diseases and to help treat diseases in a natural way, without having to rely on Western medicine, prescription drugs, and avoiding side effects. Mm-hmm.
Preventive medicine is really in the forefront now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Lindsey, when you do the healthy cooking demonstrations, do you explain to your people where they can pick up the different foods at?
I do. And what I also try to do is I try to work only with ingredients that you can find here, that you can find at the health food store. And the Truck Patch actually sponsors my cooking classes, so they provide me with all of the ingredients that I need. So they are all very available right here in town, which we're now so blessed to have two wonderful health food stores, because now you can get everything you need. You can get fresh produce. The farmers market is expanding too, so it's really exciting, all of the options that we have. And I like to show people, there is this really tasty food out here, and here's what you can do with it to enjoy it. And does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, and that will be very helpful for the people who are listening to this now, to know that they can pick up this food here in our area, not have something that they can't find anywhere. Mm-hmm. That's really good. And you provide the recipes also?
I do. I provide a handout with recipes. I try to give as much one-on-one attention as I can, showing people how to prepare a new ingredient from purchasing it to, and a lot of it, I always do budget-friendly classes too. So whenever I teach people, I don't use, very strange, very expensive, elusive ingredients. I try to use things that are going to be affordable, that are easy to use, and of course are tasty. And so I can get people excited, so I can get people to really try the things that we do have available to us. And anytime during the season when the farmers market is going, whatever is in season, I use those ingredients that are at peak season, because they usually are cheaper when they're in season too. And so I really try to ease people's mind and make it a very easy and enjoyable transition to eating local, to eating fresh, to eating and still eating on a budget.
That's very good. Eric, I understand that you had to go to school for how many years to do this acupuncture?
It was 10 trimesters, and I took 1 trimester off, so it's about 3.5 or 4 years. And I studied at the Texas College of Traditional Chinese Medicine in Austin, Texas, and that is one of the oldest schools of traditional Chinese medicine in the United States. It's about 30 years old.
Okay. And I understand you're going to give us a demonstration of acupuncture today?
Yeah, I can do that. Acupuncture, we use... Do you want to volunteer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're going to take a break first, though.
Well, I think we're going to hold this for just a few minutes. We're going to stop for a break, and we'll get you prepared, Lindsay, so that when we come back, Eric will be able to demonstrate on you, and the audience can see what this entails. All righty?
Okay.
Hold on, folks. We'll be back in just a few minutes.